So this is April 2012, the end of April 2012. Things were cooking, but I had to take time away and go back to Chicago because as I mentioned, my son's mom, who was my fiance at the time, Jennifer Hudson, there was a terrible family tragedy that happened in 2008, which incidentally enough was when I got signed to FCW. And this is another conversation for another day, but that's actually where we were when things happened. Anyway, the individual who committed the murders, his trial came up. And so I flew back to Chicago to be with my family and to attend the trial. So I told WWE, what I needed, and they were super cool about it. Take anything you want. Gave me the time off. So I went home and was doing that, and they were completely respectful. Well, most of the time. There was this one time I did get a call from Mark Carrano. Now, he was not head of talent relations then. Mark Carrano, I don't know what his title was. He was in talent relations, but he wasn't the head. That was John Laurinaitis. Anyway, Mark Carrano calls me, and I remember, and he's like, Otunga, how much longer you got? I'm like, what? He's like, how much longer is this going to take? We get the guy yet? And I remember, another part of this was apparently he thought that I was prosecuting this individual myself, like on behalf of my fiance. I'm so serious. I explained to him because I'm a lawyer. No. I'm not bringing this case. No. This is the state of Illinois. But anyway, so he's like, well, Tonga, okay, take as much time as you need, but I'm just letting you know, like, we need you back. Brock is back, and he's going to start working with Johnny, and so you're a big part of that storyline. So we want you back, to work with Brock. And I'm like, what? Come on, man. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, because Johnny is gonna, there's a storyline with Johnny and Brock, and Brock is gonna want to F5 Johnny. Johnny doesn't want to take that. So I'm gonna have to be his proxy and let Brock toss me all over the place. I'm sure of it. Although that would have been cool. That would have been cool. But given the circumstances, I'm staying put. So anyway, that was just a funny little story. After the match with Superstars, and Jamie tells me that my finish looked great, but I can't use it because Sheamus wants it. He did shed a little bit more light on creative. And he told me that the plan was for me to eventually become United States champion. So that was awesome, that I was going to get a singles title run. It's like, this is dope. So I guess that's what Jamie meant when he said I was going to be a top guy. And so I started having a number of matches with Santino, and they were building towards this. And then to be perfectly honest, I think what derailed it was the trial came up, and I had to go back for the trial and be with my family. And so then when I returned from that, I think that was the plan, was to try and figure out creatively how to get me back in the title picture.